decided to apply it to Harvard to do one final degree. And I get in, and I go over to the Harvard campus, and all of a sudden, for the first time in literally 20 consecutive years of Catholic education, in literally 27 consecutive years of Catholic environments, I am at Harvard, which is not a Catholic school, which doesn't really, in many ways at the graduate level, it's not overly Catholic. There's no crucifixes in the church, in the classrooms. There's no prayers before classes. People aren't discussing religion. And I thought, okay, I think I'm going to be slightly incognito as a Catholic. I don't really know how to, I've only been in environments where I've been in Catholic environments. And I remember my godfather pulling me aside one day saying, "Matthew, come here." And he kind of grabbed me by my collar and said, "You know what Harvard's logo and motto is, right?" I said, "It's Veritas, right?" He goes, "That's not what it used to be." He goes, "It used to be Veritas Christo et Ecclesiae," which they eventually ended up dropping the Christo et Ecclesiae, the religious element, and just focused on the Veritas. He said, "Matt, Harvard lost the Christo et Ecclesiae. Do not lose your faith there." So, start up at Harvard, low key. Hey, you want to go to brunch on Sunday? Nah, can I go a little bit later? Okay, why? Going to church. Oh, going to church. What religion are you? Catholic. Oh, you're Catholic. Interesting. Got a couple questions for you. Why? You're 26 years old. You seem relatively normal. Why are you Catholic? And these weren't asked in any hostile way, more in just the sort of curiosity of an intellectual environment. And you know what? It was the first time someone had asked me that question. Sort of quasi-asked it during my confirmation classes. But here I am, 26 years old, and I don't know how to answer that question. Why are you Catholic? Habit? Inertia? Tradition? Because my parents are? Now, in addition to that more profound question, I got other questions. And these are questions sort of pulled from the headlines of what a lot of people perceive as the news of the Catholic Church. Matt, you know any of those albino villains from the Da Vinci Code? No. Matt, if your throat gets sore, do you gargle with holy water? Does that help? No, never heard of that. Another one, Matt, what author gets all the book royalties from the Bible? I don't know these answers. And the craziest one is, when you play chess, Matt, are you overprotective of your bishops? No. And you know what? I realized that once you sort of are a known Catholic entity in an area where it's not pervasively Catholic, you got to know stuff. You become the ambassador of the faith. And I realized I was sailing for quite some time because I had not been asked these questions and I didn't know the answers. And I remember sitting down one night, and it was either for a minute or an hour or a day. In retrospect, the time that I took to reflect on my faith didn't matter, and except that I came up with how I wanted to share the faith, how I wanted to be Catholic. The fact that I wanted to stay Catholic, even it seemed anti-intellectual. Even it was out of fashion. It was something for old people. It wasn't vogue. It wasn't sexy. You're at Harvard, for God's sake. Why are you talking about religion? You're young. And then I thought, what am I doing here? I'd originally applied to go to Harvard and to study educational television, to work on Sesame Street, and to promote education through children's television. And I thought, I'm being asked these questions at age 26. What about the poor people who are asked these questions at 17 or 18? When their mom had dragged them to church all these years, and then they go off to UMass, And all of a sudden, no one's dragging them to church at all. And if I can't answer these questions at 25, 26, 27, how are the 17, 18, and 19-year-olds going to answer these questions? Who are their role models in the Catholic Church? Who do they look up to? Are they priests? Are they nuns? Are they mentors? Are they youth retreat leaders? And I thought, geez, I got to do something about this. And it's over cliche to say, I followed the quote, be the change you wish to see in the world. But honestly, that's a good quote, and it's over cliched for a reason. It's a good thing to do if you can.